One of the things that makes decluttering tricky is worrying that you're getting rid of something that you're either going to need or want later. So in today's video, I really want to give you 7 things that you can get rid of completely guilt-free. Like, I promise you will not regret decluttering these items. I want to help you get motivated, help you get moving if you've been really feeling stuck, or if you've just been feeling worried about getting rid of things that you're going to regret later. So hopefully today's video is helpful. If it is, please hit subscribe and let's hop right in. All right, number 1, toys your kids don't play with. They've outgrown them, they've moved on to other favorites, and they just are toys that are laying around. It's amazing to me how even toys that don't get played with end up contributing to a mess. They get taken out, they get thrown all over the floor just because kids are like digging for the things that they actually play with. So if the toys they're not playing with get mixed in, then it will contribute to the clutter and the mess in your home. So you can do this in 2 ways. You can do this with your kids. You can do it without your kids. I have noticed that doing it without my kids has been a little bit more painless. My kids tend to really want to hold on to all their stuff, which is fine. I like to give them that permission to decide on their own things, but then I notice that the things they said they wanted to keep, they don't ever touch again. And so 6 months later, I just ended up decluttering it anyway. So it's really useful, and this is my favorite way to declutter, is to go ahead and do it yourself, at least an initial declutter, and then bring your kids back in and show them the things that you've kept. Hey, I kept the Legos, I kept these, books that I know you guys love to read, I kept whatever it is, and say, I got rid of the other stuff, or I'm going to get rid of it. I was thinking I could. Is that okay with you? And this has been by far the most effective way I have found to declutter. So it still respects their boundary, gives them a say. Bringing them into the decluttering process is also a good idea. I mean, I've had them get rid of a lot on their own as well, but it's just a lot more effective overall and a lot quicker. And then obviously decluttering with them is the other option. And then I like to just make this fun, make it a game so you can declutter the most number of items. I've even paid my kids for their stuff. Given some kind of reward, like we're gonna go to this fun place, or we'll go get a treat or whatever. Anyway, there are lots of different ways that you can make this more exciting and give them incentives to declutter. But again, I've really found that just doing it myself works better. But let me know what you have found for yourself and your family in the comments. Do you feel like it's easier to declutter with or without your kids when it comes to their toys? I never thought I would say this up until, recently. I hadn't decluttered my house. My house was full of stuff, absolutely bursting at the seams. And so at that point in my life, I couldn't picture where I am today. And then I would actually be saying to get rid of storage bins. I always thought this was something you should keep and hold on to because you're just going to acquire more stuff, right? You're going to have birthdays and holidays and Christmas and all of that. And you're going to need these extra storage bins, right? No! Once you declutter your space, you can go ahead and get rid of storage bins because the goal is to keep the excess cut down to a minimum. So if you have extra storage bins laying around from decluttering projects you've done, you can go ahead and get rid of these extra totes completely guilt-free. All right, broken items that you've meant to fix. It's been my experience that if you have something that's broken, you probably, especially if you have more than one thing, you probably don't get around to that thing. Here is a little bow that I have been meaning to declutter. Maybe I can super glue it, and I've kind of considered that, super gluing it down, but I don't see how to do that and still make it look cute. Like this thing just got totally untied somehow. I don't know. I kind of feel like I just want to say goodbye to it because I don't know. I don't have the patience. Now, if you really do intend to fix it, set it out. Put it somewhere visible. Don't tuck it away where you can forget about it and put it off for another time. If it's something that you really do want to fix, something that is going to make your life easier or more enjoyable, set it out and plan on fixing it. Saturday, Monday, whatever, put it in your planner. You've got to make it happen. Otherwise, it's just cluttering your home and you've got to get it out of there. So unless you have real concrete plans to fix something, if it's broken, just let it go. I think our wardrobes are really tricky. I think we have a lot of emotion attached to our clothing. I know, at least for me, it's memories that I, have when I was wearing those things. Oh, I wore this to my baby's blessing day at church, or this was the first date I had with my husband, and I love the memory. But the problem is, if it's something that we are hoping we can wear again, but it doesn't fit our current style, and maybe it doesn't even fit us anymore, and we keep holding on to it for a long period of time, long amount of time, it's just something that adds a negative feeling in our life, because we're thinking, oh, I wish I could fit in it, I wish I could wear it, or it's just clutter in general. I totally forgot I had it, or it's been sitting there forever and I keep passing it by because I'm so used to seeing it. So get rid of the clothes that are making you feel bad about yourself, the things that you're not wearing anymore for whatever reason. They are really just adding to decision fatigue when you go to get ready in the morning, and you don't need that. You don't need that in your life. So any clothing that you don't feel confident in for whatever reason, or the clothing that you've stopped wearing for whatever reason, you can go ahead and get rid of. If you've been following me for really any amount of time, you know that I consider myself a cozy minimalist. As you see, I like pillows and blankets, all the things that make your house feel warm and inviting and comfortable. I am all about that. So those things add a huge amount of value to my life. So I will continue to keep them no matter how much other stuff I get rid of. I prioritize this. But there is a catch. I definitely recommend getting rid of any materials, blankets, pillows, whatever, that are uncomfortable. If they are stiff and scratchy and you don't enjoy being in them, you can go ahead and get rid of them. It really is amazing how quite little it costs to get nicer materials. You can get down alternative pillows that are just so comfortable. We on our bed have a down alternative comforter, and it's amazing. It is so comfy and it's really quite affordable. And to get softer materials, it costs a tiny bit more, but you really don't end up paying that much. And if you save for just a little while, it's definitely worth the investment. So I recommend getting rid of anything that is stiff, scratchy, uncomfortable, that you just don't enjoy wrapping yourself up in. So get rid of anything like that and just save a little bit of money for a tiny bit nicer material. You will be so glad you did. Kitchen gadgets that were meant to make your life easier, but you did not end up using. These you can declutter totally guilt-free. I really like keeping staples in my kitchen, like a blender, a waffle iron, a hand mixer, and then just cookie sheets and a couple pots and pans. I really have a very basic kitchen, and it makes it really easy to cook because I'm not shuffling through a bunch of different gadgets that are meant to do this and that, and a cake pop maker and a grilled cheese iron, and there are so many different gadgets. But I've noticed that you can really get away with just the basic things and make pretty much everything. I mean, if you are like a professional chef, that is another thing that is amazing, and you might have a more robust kitchen. But for those of us who are just kind of everyday cooks, I don't think it makes a lot of sense to keep all these extra gadgets that we're not using. So if it's something you're using, keep it. If it's something you're not using, get rid of it. Totally guilt-free. Declutter it out of your life. Let somebody else have it. Uncomfortable shoes. As you notice, I am all about comfort. Comfortable wardrobe, comfortable materials, pillows, blankets, comfortable shoes. I really like living the cozy life. That is like my whole goal is to be cozy at all times. So if you have shoes that are really uncomfortable or uncomfortable on your kids, if you're noticing little rubbing spots, blisters, get rid of them. It's not worth keeping them. Just narrow your collection down to a few extremely comfortable and versatile pieces. I really, really believe that this makes everything so much easier and obviously more comfortable. So just keep comfortable materials in general. This goes for your shoes. If you've got shoes that have been bugging you and you keep skipping over them because you don't like the way they feel, but they're really cute, you spent a lot, whatever, it's okay. You can get rid of them totally guilt-free, especially if they've just been sitting around collecting dust. I would love to know what something is that you have decluttered that you have never, ever regretted getting rid of. Such a fun discussion. I can't wait to have it with you. Thank you again for being here today, and I will catch you soon. Bye.